coming up on At Your Leisure.
Hey, I'm Scott Huntsman. Down here in Price, wheeling with 3 Jeep clubs today. This is pretty cool. Come check it out.
And Joe Davis is showing off some great trail maintenance and expansion that is taking place right outside of Manhattan.
And I'm Will Oxley. The lodge at Range Valley Ranch is complete, which means that it's ready to serve veterans and their families.
You know, you see Jeeps in the background here, so you know I am in my favorite environment. I am rock crawling in the Jeep today, and I brought my own with me. Hey everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Scott Huntsman. Now, we're just outside of Price, Utah today, and down here just running through a narrow canyon with some extreme rock crawling obstacles. This is gonna be a lot of fun. We got a few JKs, got a few 4-doors, we got some built rigs. We got some really interesting stuff here today, and we're with members of 3 different clubs. So let's just jump right on in here and let's check out what's going on.
It's the oldest club in Utah. They started in '72.
For 5 years, I was their activities person. That's pretty much what I did all the time. Lead trails for 5 years. Finally, I talked somebody else into taking it over so I can sit back and relax and not have to lead trails. I absolutely love it. I mean, I'm at an age of, it doesn't matter what I do, what I've learned, I want to pass it on to other people. Right now, there's 3 different clubs here. You have 2 clubs here out of Ogden, and you have 1 club that's here local, the King Crawlers. And we all get together. It's like a big family. We get together, we trust each other, and go out and have fun. A lot of good interaction between the clubs. There's no rivalry type of a thing. This club is better than that club.
The people, and obviously the scenery. Some of our club members are some of the best people to be around. Great family people. Our kids play with our kids. Rather than going to McDonald's and play in the playground, we come out here and do it. The kids get to see something different. Most of the time, we don't have cell phone service, so the son can't play on the tablet, Ginger can't play on her phone, so they get to experience the true outdoors.
Sometimes I drive, sometimes I'm passenger, sometimes I film, it just depends. Depends on the day. I do love to drive, but sometimes it's nice to just be in the passenger seat and be along for the ride.
Oh! U joint.
Axle shaft, U joint.
I like the organization of being able to go out with a bunch of people, having people to help if something goes south.
We have gone out a lot by ourselves, but you're restricted. And so knowing that you're a part of a club and no one's left behind when something goes wrong is a great asset to have, because you know you're not gonna have to walk out. You know you're not gonna have to leave your rig behind. You've got your support. You got your family.
You get to hear about things that are coming up that you wouldn't have known about, different trails that are, different events that are happening.
Different events with the BLM and the Forest Service in general, and how you can support them. What events they're doing, what roads are accessible, what roads are possibly getting closed.
What they're trying to do to help stop it, who's in charge, and good ways to help to make sure it stays open so that everybody gets to enjoy them.
Hey, we're getting through this trail here, down in Price. Look at this classic Wagoneer. That thing is built. I'm digging it. He's just taking on those boulders like it's nothing. While he's finishing up that section, you guys check out this story coming up.
We definitely need a lot of help out here, and the more people that we have, the better, the easier it'll go.
We rarely think about the work that goes into keeping our trails open. Normally, we load up our machines and hit the dirt without worrying about who cleared the road of deadfall or who painted the bathrooms. Our appreciation is for the beauty instead of the logistics, and rightfully so. Today, however, the focus isn't on the fun of the trail, but rather the labor that goes into keeping it open. Outside Manti, Utah, efforts are underway not only to improve the aesthetics of some of the trailheads, but to make the trails more accessible at the same time.
Today we're out working on Aeropine Trail number 3. It's also known as the Patton Trail. We're helping out with the trailhead. We're going to be widening the trail, and it's going from a 50-inch to a 66-inch trail.
That expansion will eventually affect over 70 miles of trails on the Aeropine, opening access to more vehicles. As side-by-sides have grown in popularity over the past decade, many families have been held back on Forest Service trails by 50-inch limitations. To help open up some of those areas, officials looked at the appropriate roads and selected some for limited expansion. Today's labor wasn't all about new and improved routes, though. Time has taken its toll on facilities and fencing along the Aeropine. And while it's not a dramatic endeavor, volunteers are here to help with all of that too.
So every 5 years we go through condition surveys and we work on what needs to be replaced. Today we restained the bathroom. We replaced the fence that goes around the trailhead.
I've dug some holes in the ground so far so that they could put logs down so that they could build a fence and help when I've been needed.
Our main focus for this trail will be to cut back the oak brush. The oak brush tends to grow in very quickly. If you think about it, 50 inches to 66 inches, that's a 16-inch difference. If you're going down the trail, oak brush is pretty tough. It tends to whip and snaps, can cause some lacerations, and we just want people to be safe and enjoy.
The best way to preserve access to all of our mountain trails is to maintain them, maintain the access, maintain the trails when they need to be repaired, and that's how you preserve your access is through making them better.
As volunteers move up and down the trail, they also take time to pick up trash and generally improve the area, while others trim back the brush. Signs are replaced, kiosks repaired, and by the end of the day, at least this section is ready to go. It will likely take months, maybe even years, for all of the work to be completed. But as long as volunteers are willing to roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty, eventually it will be a job well done that all of us can enjoy.
I mean, it's definitely something that I'm proud of. It's something that I want to go back home and tell my parents that I've achieved today. It's nice to go out and help people and be able to do this and volunteer.
It's just a great experience to be able to come volunteer with the Forest Service and improve the trails and make it better, not only for myself, but for the community and those who like to ride.
This is a big undertaking for us. Within the state of Utah, we're probably one of the only forests that are going to 66-inch trails. There are several trails that have 60-inch, but 66 inch is kind of unheard of, really, because it is such a large undertaking. So we ask you to be patient with us. If you do come up and see what we have to offer and you have suggestions, please let us know. You know, it's public land, it's yours. Come out and enjoy it.
That enjoyment comes only after hard work, but thankfully we have groups like these willing to put in the hours. From the Trailhead, I'm Joe Davis.
Where do you start your day when there are endless opportunities to explore? In Richfield, we'll set you on the right track with the Paiute ATV Trail right on our doorstep. Head into the Tusher Mountains and taste the crisp mountain air. Explore desert landscapes that echo voices from the past. Richfield, the heart of Utah Trail Country.
Join us on AYL 24/7 with early access to commercial-free episodes, detailed trip itineraries, a look behind the scenes, group discussions and forums, profile and account customization, individual segments, and a nostalgic trip to classic episodes. We want our viewers to get the show they want to see when they want to see it. It's all the viewing you've grown to love and more. Sign up now at AYLTV.com.
Before you pack the car,
before you plan the route, make sure your vacation
be the one you always dreamed of.
With a pre-trip visit to Tunex.
Locally owned,
regionally connected.
Tunex can get you on the road
and keep you there.
No matter where you travel in Utah.
From timing belts to oil changes,
transmission service or new brakes,
a towing upgrade or even a tune-up,
we have the certified technicians
to do the job right. There's a Tunex near you.
Find it at tunex.com.
Utah is known for its mountains, but there aren't a lot of mountains that offer you adventure like this. Here in Hanksville, we're home to the Henry Mountains. Trails branch off toward hidden bluffs, and bison roam free as if you've traveled back to the days of the pioneers. Come to Hanksville and discover the Henry Mountains. Hanksville, Utah, your base camp for thrills.
Hey, well, welcome back to At Your Leisure. You know, you do a trail like this, you gotta have a pretty serious rig to climb these rocks like this, and we got plenty of them with us today. Hey, let's check them all out.
If you look at my Jeep, you see lots of scratches. My rock slide engineering steps are amazing how they hold up hitting some of these rocks. I've ripped the logo off of the side of one of them, and they work just as good as the day I got them. I have a little bit of paint off the
roof.
Top.
Okay. From this trail.
Yeah, from this trail.
From this trail.
Last time we did this trail a couple months ago. It's a 2015 JKU. It's a Rubicon. It's got a 4-inch lift on it. Got 37s. It works. It does everything I want it to do.
Wilma is a 1954 Willys pickup truck on a 1989 Suburban frame with a Suburban 5.7 engine, the 350 with a turbo 400 behind it, 42-inch tires. I just point and go.
2008 Sahara, but it's got a 6-inch lift. It's got the lockers on it, and
new gearing.
Got 513 gears in it. About a month ago, out breaking them in this trip.
Bigger tires.
Some of the obstacles we went around, I would definitely like to try and go through them, but don't think I'll try them with the 37s.
Originally it was a 99 Jeep TJ, and over the years, through rollovers and flops and mishaps, it's been upgraded to coilovers, 1-tons. We stretched it to match an LJ, and it's been beaten pretty hard, but we have a good time with it. Today on the obstacle behind you, we just crested over coming down, and the passenger side front U-joint let go. This particular Jeep of ours has been plagued with axle shaft and U-joint problems in the front. We've upgraded to the point where there's only one step up, and that probably will be next. So we pulled the guts out of the hub, kind of relieved some of the stress. So we're just gonna 3-wheel out of here. One of the other guys is gonna run with us, just make sure we get out okay. We'll run probably most of it in 2-wheel drive out, and if we got to climb anything, we'll just go 3-wheel drive and go home, throw another U-joint in it with the socket that's in the toolbox, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Work hard, play hard. That's how the Stedman's family has done it for over 50 years. Come jump on or into your new side-by-side, ATV or dirt bike, and make your own trail with Stedman's in Tooele, your dealer for sales, service, and accessories. Looking for road bikes or e-bikes? We have those too. Go online or come in today and see the Stedman's family and check out their incredible line from only the best: Yamaha, Honda, CF Moto, Polaris, and Beta.
You might think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
At Your Leisure has a long-standing reputation and a large, loyal audience of adventurers in the outdoors. Although we're excited to continue to grow and enjoy the shared success of our longtime sponsors, we have space for more. And if you have a brand that would benefit from the 2 decades of goodwill that we've built, contact us at ayltv.com and let us amplify your voice above the competition.
When you're ready for adventure, fuel your machine with Clear 91. Fuel for performance, fuel for adventure, and fuel for the long haul. Ethanol-free, 91 octane. Fill up with Clear 91. Only available at Eagles Landing. With you for the long haul.
You've seen the pictures on social media. Now experience them for yourself in Tickaboo. On the border of Lake Powell, Tickaboo twists the adventure and takes you on rides into slot canyons and overlooks, around mountains and through environments unchanged in thousands of years. It's time to unplug and recharge. Tickaboo, Utah.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Hey, we're still just outside of Price on a really pretty good gnarly rock crawling trail here, along with members of 3 different clubs. We're having a great time, but I'll tell you what, there's some pretty good challenges along here. And this is a great trail exactly for that kind of technical challenge. Let's take a look.
It is my absolute favorite trail. It's a little challenging. I'm in a hole. I can't fall off a cliff. I'm not worried about rolling over. The worst that can happen is I tip on my side.
You don't see this stuff sitting in the living room watching TV. It's a whole different
quality of life.
But unless you get out and do it, you don't understand what it's all about. Fresh air there, wind's blowing, it's beautiful. This trail, somebody invited us for a run and we thought we'd give it a try. I think it's an amazing trail. It's exceeded my expectations. It's a lot harder than I was anticipating. Definitely fun. Good obstacles and good bypasses for the places that you need them.
Good company, great spotters.
Everything I've came up, I felt completely comfortable with. They say put the tires here and try to follow their lead, and haven't had any problems yet.
A couple of these spots that we just went through, I can't see, and he'll get on the radio and say, hey, I know you're gonna come over the top of this and you can't see anything, so touch driver and go.
So with this area, we don't have a lot of trails around Price, but the good thing about Price is they change every time we have a weather event. So this year's been a lot of flash flooding, a lot of rain this year, more than most. And every time we come out, the obstacles, the trail has changed. The obstacle behind us that we just broke on is completely different. You know, we ran this last year and we walked it really easy, and not so much today. But yeah, so every time we come out, it's a new trail.
It's like my favorite trail. I love this trail.
Leave it better than what you see it. Pick it up.
There's many times we throw garbage bags in our Jeep and we come out with garbage we didn't even pack in.
Hey, as you could tell, this is an extreme trail. This is extreme rock crawling right here. This gets my heart pumping. I am digging it. What a great place. Hey, while we get everybody through this obstacle, you guys check out this story coming up.
For the past year, Mike Siaperas and his crew at the Atlantis USA Foundation have been working non-stop to finish a beautiful new lodge at Range Valley Ranch. The lodge was built for a singular purpose: to serve veterans and their families.
I was fortunate enough to serve with a lot better men than me throughout my career with the elite special forces, the Navy SEAL teams. And then when I got out, I found there was a big gap in guys having a rope from that community out into the civilian world.
I met Alex Buggy. He's a Navy SEAL. He had just gotten out and trying to figure it out, and I was sharing and talking to him about like how In the NFL, we have a transition program helping out our guys, like being accountable to them and make sure that we can help them through the process. And he's like, we don't have anything like that. And he wanted to do something with the Best Defense Foundation with the Special Forces. He stepped up, to start putting things in place, trying to come up with the curriculum and the idea, like, what do we need to make this happen? This was 5 years ago. And slowly along the way, you start figuring it out.
And that materialized into this day, which is really just an incredible day.
I host a Stronghold program from the Best Defense Foundation, which Donnie and Catherine Edwards run. And the Stronghold program is where they bring in special forces to bring them back into civilian life. Some of them have PTSD, some of them are suicidal. I had the first one 3 years ago now. I think it was during that time that I got a chance to know a lot of these military people and was moved. So that's kind of what started this lodge, is a lodge that was a place where veterans can come to heal and obviously come with their families and understand there's people out there that really care about them.
Everyone at this event cares deeply about veterans. Utah politicians, in addition to many others in attendance, know just how essential a resource like the Stronghold program and the Atlantis Lodge can be.
I've known for a long, long time that we couldn't do anything in this country without the sacrifices that our men and women have made over the last 200 years. They're amazing people, and they're very humble. They love protecting this country, and we can't lose that.
You quit the military almost cold turkey. You get out, you go somewhere, you and your buddies spread to the four corners of the world. And these are the guys that you've been through combat with, you've been through training with, and you build that relationship and you have it, and you always have your battle buddies there to your left and right, and then the day comes, you don't. You're out, you've taken that uniform off. And as strong as you've been and as tough as you've been and as much as you've been through, you're still gonna struggle. It's tough to be there by yourself.
I served in the Marine Corps from 1984 to 1996, and you find that family that you maybe never had. And you find those relationships of trust and brotherhood and sisterhood that you don't have or never had at home. And then when you lose them, there does come a cost, and it's PTSD, it's isolation, it's guilt, and that's where we have to pay attention to that, and people need to understand what our veterans do and see.
That's why the Stronghold Transition Program is so effective. Not only do they understand what combat veterans have been through, they also look to the future and create individualized roadmaps for success for veterans and their families. With the completion of the Atlantis Lodge, and by holding retreats and workshops at beautiful Range Valley Ranch, they've designed a network of support and engineered a framework for prosperity within a healing environment.
I couldn't have imagined a setting like this in my wildest dreams. It's a miracle. It's kind of overwhelming how much has been done for us by the state of Utah, by Mike Siaperas, by his crew out here, inviting us in, working through the winter, working through the summer to get this open.
We poured 65 trucks of concrete. Most people that see the lodge say it's typically a 2 to 3 year project. We're going to do it in about 10 months. Huge undertaking, especially at 10,000 feet off a dirt road.
We don't need luxury accommodations, but what this allows us to bring our families. And our families need to heal too. I hope the brothers that see this, they call the Best Defense Foundation, because we're going to be able to run a lot more Stronghold programs from here.
We're here for a purpose. We're here to help. We're here to grow and become better men, and to be better husbands, to be better fathers, and be a good pillar in the community.
The biggest thing I can tell veterans that you're never going to do anything by yourself. And just because you took that uniform off doesn't mean you're alone. The help is always going to be there, and it's for you to show up. You've got to show up for tomorrow, because when you show up for tomorrow, you're going to have someone to help you today.
Jorgensen's Power Sports is your one-stop shop for all of your outdoor adventure needs. We carry a wide variety of ATVs, UTVs, RVs, firearms, outdoor accessories, and much more. Complete with both a service and warranty department. Check us out online at www.jhsport.com or give us a call at 435-896-6408.
Wondering where your next OHV adventure will take you? Outsiders Utah has your answer with downloadable GPS routes, ride times, distance, local amenities, and other details. 360 street views of the trails that let you explore before you go, and more. Eliminate the guesswork and uncertainty and find a trail you'll love. Visit outsidersutah.com and see the trail before you ride the trail.
Where is Aurora, Utah? That's a good question. But here's a better one. Why should Aurora, Utah be your next destination? Some people will ask, where can I go on my next adventure? A better question is, how far can I go on my next adventure? In Aurora, the answer is as far as your gas tank will take you. Aurora, all 570 in the heart of central Utah. Aurora, Utah, where the good old days are brand new.
This is what it sounds like when quality speaks for itself. The Honda Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew, with class-leading comfort for 6. Tough, reliable, capable. Part of the 2023 Honda Pioneer lineup. Enough said.
Hey, welcome back to the show, everybody. You know, we're having a great time on the trail here, just right outside Price, Utah. This has been an extreme rock crawling trail. Now, if y'all remember about 5 years ago, I did a little demonstration on how to install these nice bushwhacker fender flares. Well, today I did a good demonstration on how to remove it as well. So, you know, not a big deal. If this is the worst thing to happen today, I'm not gonna sweat that too much. Just don't tell Tanya that this happened. So while I work on reattaching my fender back to my Jeep, you guys check out next week's show. Next week, Chad and Rhea are joining Steve Heumann for a little holiday tradition as they take a great trail in the Uinta Mountains and cook a little turkey for Thanksgiving. Then I'm going to take you into my TuneX shop so I can show you a great power steering upgrade that you'll want to do to your Jeep. Finally, with fall comes the annual Sandhill Crane Migration, and Reese Stein is joining the DWR to show you the best way to get a great view of the flock. Hey everybody, we've had a great time on the trail today. How about everybody here? Woo! How'd we do? We all made it through good. What a great bunch of folks. We've had a great time here. Good spotting, excellent spotting, and don't worry, he's gonna fix his Jeep. It's all good. I've got good faith. Everybody did a great job today. I'm really proud of them. 3 clubs here today represented. The King Crawlers down here in Price, Wasatch Outlaws, and the Bighorn 4x4 Club. And hey, if you want to join a club, these are 3 great examples and how they work together to come together and have a great time on the trail. Good way to get started if you're new at it. Look one of these up. They'd probably love to show you around. So with all that in mind, we're going to encourage all of you to get off of your couches.
Get out, enjoy your 4x4, your Jeep, enjoy the great outdoors at your leisure.
Woo! We did it!